You're listening to the Gem Mint Podcast by GFNF. Your weekly breakdown of sports cards, hobby news, and everything in between. Here's your hosts, Jake and Nico.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Gem Mint by GFNF, episode 33. It is actually Friday, September 16th. We are a little behind this week, but stuff happens, life happens. But we'll be releasing today, so it'll be same day. So really just kind of like a day behind. But as always, got Jake here. It's good, dude.
Yeah. Happy Topps Chrome Day.
Yeah, it is Topps Chrome release day, so I guess maybe it is fitting. We record today before Topps releases and tries to, embarrass themselves with the price that they release at. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We'll get
what
to
a shame.
It. Yeah. But let's hop into it. Pretty slow week. Retail-wise, no Target, which I don't think we were expecting.
Yeah.
Walmart was like super, super weird. They like boofed their release by like accidentally going live like an hour and a half early. Kind of caught themselves before anything kind of went down. But then they released at their usual 9 o'clock, but it was literally nothing. It was typically they do waves of stock. But it was just pretty much one wave. There was like a couple waves of like optic megas, but there was like one select blaster wave. Then they like pulled the page. It came back. I don't know. It almost seemed like they were trying something new, and they just like kind of pulled the plug on it.
It's a nice place to come and waste data and hang out with friends.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I would expect a pretty big stock next week from them.
I hope so.
I mean, where is it? I mean, I know stores are getting a lot, but usually they at least have like a decent amount.
Right.
At least it was select. I mean, we saw a good amount of optic blasters from them, a couple drops worth. So I don't think select is going to be more short printed than optic.
No
so so we'll keep an eye on it. But just a weird week for that stuff. And then in-store select blasters, like at least a case worth. I think we've seen like 2 at some stores hit the shelves. They're selling really, really well. I think they're still doing like $50 on eBay, I think is like kind of the low. So
solid. Last good football retail release for the 2021 class.
Yeah, I mean you should have no problem selling these for at least $45 if you're moving like in bulk.
Right.
So yeah, that's nice to see one last little hoorah for football. But and then they got those so there's no hangers. They have those hanger packs, which like
hate it.
Yeah, for some reason when you put it in a pack like that, even though it's still like technically hanger, people are like, nah, like I want the box. I think it's just a supplies thing. It's just probably a lot cheaper to put it in that little cellophane pack than a box and cellophane, pretty much. So, yep, I agree.
I mean, they did it all year though. Like, there's hanger boxes of everything this year.
Yeah, I don't know why at the end they're like, we're just gonna put it in the cellophane, and then we're gonna also release cello packs too. So,
right.
I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty slow week for retail, but it happens. But let's hop into some hobby stuff. So we did see Fanatics 2 days ago, I think it was, drop Topps Chrome blasters, $35. Kind of what we expected when we saw Dick's Sporting Goods drop it. What was it, like 43? Like something weird.
Insane.
Yeah, something weird like that. So 35 kind of seemed like the expected value or expected number on those, and that is confirmed. So Fanatics dropped. I think they sold out pretty quick, and then Target dropped this morning at 3 a.m. I believe they're still in stock. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Yeah.
The amount of parallels that they've added into this year, we were looking at this yesterday, is just insane. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
they've got
lot.
magenta sparkle, magenta mini dye, like just every single parallel possible. But what's weird is, I was looking at the print runs on this, and the print run increased from last year, but it increased by a less percentage than 2021 did from 2020.
Yeah, didn't they say 20%?
Yeah, right. So, and I think the 2021 was like 30 or 28, something like that, from 2020.
So this is still a decent amount more than 2020. So
oh, it's way more, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of brutal. And I mean, the obviously the chase is Wander's the only like chase that has like an actual base card.
All right.
And looks like he's been hitting every box from looking at the eBay listings. And then the other two big guys, Julio and Witt are short prints. They have regular short prints and the auto, right?
Correct. Right.
Yeah, I still hate it though, because especially Julio's is horizontal, which is just stupid. I hate it.
They also have super fractors and every other parallel of the short prints too, which I find odd. Which, I understand the base, but when you number a short print, it makes it no more rare than a green out of 99 short print is no more rare than a green out of 99 base. It actually makes the base short print probably the most rare.
Yeah, see, I never understood that, and like F1 is like the only sport that like people just like seem to forget that. Like if you have a variation out of 50, it sells for way more than the true out of 50, which I just don't understand. It's the same.
Yeah.
Like, there's the same amount.
Right. I mean, doesn't that make sense? It would make the base short print the only thing that is shorter printed than its base counterpart.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
Oh boy.
Yeah, super weird. But yeah, I did see that one parallel or like one insert, like the superfractor odds is like 1 in 4 million. Like that's just insane.
yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just literally not gonna happen. But yeah, I think we were expecting quite the print run on this stuff, so it is what it is. Well, if you're gonna open a crap ton of this, PSA has reopened their bulk service. $22 a card, pretty fair pricing wise. Yeah. What's do you know what the turnaround is on? Is it 6 months?
4 to 6 months, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pushing through the $18 special orders pretty quick. I've seen a lot of those come back, so I mean, It seems like they're still moving.
Well, they've definitely upped their production team and everything like that, so they've got a significant more amount of people working than they did the shutdown the first time, so hopefully they can keep up with it. People are going to be pretty upset if they end up falling behind and having to slow down and shut down again.
Yeah, I mean, they have that Jersey office too, which I don't even know what's going there. I'm still convinced it's just like Golden's cards because they're in Jersey. So yeah, I'm just convinced that's how that's going. But
it makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't see how right now it doesn't look like they're going to get backed up. Looks like they can maintain the pace that they think they can. So
right.
Yeah, and if you don't want to use them, Derek Jeter has founded a company, Arena Club, which is a new grading service. Interesting venture for him. I just don't see how it's going to take off. I always wonder when I see these things, and to me, and I don't know if you feel the same way, you look at the space and you see it just completely owned really by PSA.
Right.
How these people that are getting convinced to put money into another grading company after seeing like the hold that PSA has over the market, right. I need those people to invest in me.
Yeah.
Because they seem like idiots.
They seem like easy sells.
like literally, like
it's all those people that were on Facebook telling people that HGA is going to put PSA out of business when they first popped up.
This just seems like people that have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Did you see though on the board is the former CEO of Topps as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's on there.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't really see how this is gonna go. I don't think it's gonna go well.
I don't think so either. I think they'll do a run and then they'll just kind of fade away and hope no one noticed.
Yeah, it's never good when your promo cards are a Illusions Mac Jones, a Leaf Mike Tyson, a Diamond Kings pitcher I can't see, in like a Prism draft picks. I just you could have picked better cards.
Yeah, and Wander Franco's like 45th best card.
Literally. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck. Good luck, G. Yeah. Michael Rubin states that his plans to do away with redemption cards.
I like it.
So I guess they're just going to be more proactive with signings.
Hopefully that's what that means. Hopefully it just doesn't mean they bought more stickers.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Sign 500 sticker books in the offseason. That way we have them. Hopefully that's not what it means.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was, I guess, more optimistic that they were actually going to just be a little more proactive with getting these guys to sign. But the sticker seems a little more logical.
Prism Football Black Finite 101 Auto sticker. Superfractor stickers in Topps. It's just insane.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It's like it not just devalues a card. It looks terrible, especially because half the time it looks like Stevie Wonder put them on.
If they put stickers on the Bowman Superfractors,
oh god,
on the first Bowman Superfractors is going to be hell. It'll be bad. Yeah, that won't be good. They can't do that.
They probably will.
Don't do that, please. PWCC, I know we touched on this, I think, last week a little bit. They're $175 million funding. So this is pretty much, and they already hit me up about this. I don't know if you got an email, if you have an account.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Basically, they're going to be giving, cash advances and loans to collectors and sellers. This is literally what Alt does already. They collateralize your assets and give you like a percentage of what your stuff's worth in bidding power. And then, you have a certain amount of time to pay it off, actually pay for the card. If you don't, then your assets are theirs pretty much, so they can collect their money back. I think I saw PWCC's is like a 60-day, like 1% interest rate on their loans, which is pretty interesting. I like the concept, though. I liked it when Alt did it. I've done it a bunch. It's at least Alt's process is super seamless. You just email your account manager saying, hey, can you just collateralize my collection? And then boom, you have, I think with Alt it's like 50% cash advance, and then you have bidding power up to like 5 to 10x that, I think. So it's a good amount of money you get. So and then if you don't bid on anything, or if you don't win, your cards are automatically put back into your possession, and then you can do whatever you want with them.
Solid.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the future of it. Keeps stuff moving, gets cards into these companies' vaults. So it'd be interesting to see if anyone else does it. Yeah,
I like it.
So pretty cool. Topps expands its Star Wars footprint with the T206 Wave 1. So this is kind of a sports or baseball release that they usually do. Like reminiscent of the T206 design. So like tiny little cards, but they're doing a Star Wars one. So you get, I think, 8 base cards, 2 parallels. Looks like they're not numbered, but there's odds on them, which I don't understand. Am I missing something? Like how these are not limited?
No, I mean, you would think they'd have to be with numbered cards in it, but basically the only numbered one I think is the 1 of 1.
Yeah, it looks like that's it. I guess it's because you can get 2 parallel or chase cards, and like the Blue Star, which is like kind of like the old, like the late 70s design, is 2 per pack or 1 plus an additional parallel. So I guess it's kind of where they get you. You're either getting 2 like that have no odds, or you're getting one of each. So I guess that's kind of how it is. But I mean, they're $15, so it's not like they're like super expensive.
Yeah, it's worth a risk. See what happens.
But they're up for it's up for 18 more days. Who knows? It's like a weird thing where like sometimes like that might turn people off, and then the print run's actually not that high.
Right. That'd be awesome because I bought a case of them.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that. I honestly don't think it's going to be that high of a print run, and it's wave 1, so it's like if you're gonna buy any of them, buy this one. So
right.
Major rumors are floating around that Fanatics is close to a deal to buy Panini. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's cool because I guess it keeps like the Prism and Optic going.
Yeah, but they don't. I mean, are they going to print Prism football and Bowman Chrome and Topps Chrome football?
Hell yeah, bro! They can make money on it.
That's true.
It's
what do you think?
A money game. They're gonna
Nothing's gonna beat Topps Chrome and Bowman football coming back.
Yeah, I think Bowman football is gonna be really, really sick. I mean, we had Bowman football this year; it was just unlicensed. But some of the cards actually do sell well. Some of the autos, and it was pretty cheap. So
when they start to license them again, ooh baby.
Yeah, I really don't mind it. I just with Panini, the whole thing was like the quality, which hopefully they if they're gonna monopolize like this and just take over the space completely, like hopefully they address like the big concerns like that. And the pricing, honestly, like we saw with Select Football that sat for a month on their website. You know, they got to price it. It needs to be more competitive and like, you know, affordable to people. So we'll see what happens with that.
Right.
They also hired a new chief marketing officer of gambling and gaming division at Fanatics. Not really surprising. He said that he wants to bring the card hobby and gambling world together. I think that's already a thing, because most people I know that have cards and are into sports also gamble on the sport.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, I mean, you want to hire me? Because I could do that too.
Yeah, like I know how to take a parlay to the face. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Right, did it last night.
What, are they gonna let you gamble your cards?
Ooh, that would be cool.
Your cards up? No, that'd be bad.
You take that cash advance from PWCC, you roll it into a Sunday night football parlay.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking mess. For being honest.
Yeah,
yeah,
degenerate stuff.
Herbert. So he played last night against Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. They did lose, but it was a pretty good game for both. Herbert, his cards hit 2 new highs. Selling for over $1 million. I guess the 2020 National Treasure Shield Auto BGS 8510 sold for $1.8 million. So that was Shine's card, Shine 150.
Shine, yep.
Damn.
Highest one ever. Highest selling Justin Herbert card of all time.
Did he say what he paid for it?
No.
That's impressive. I mean, that's the card.
I wonder if did he think he bought it raw and graded it, or bought it graded and flipped it?
He probably bought it raw. I mean, dudes with those monies, just with those types of pockets, they just buy all the rare shit, and it's just a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I mean, he could have paid $250,000 for it cash and turned it into 1.8.
Yeah, which, I mean, if someone could have pulled it if they're getting into National Treasures breaks, they probably either one, just really, really like getting into breaks, or just got lucky one time. You dangle $250,000 in front of someone that doesn't have that, they're probably going to take it. So yeah, he probably made out nice on it. And then we'll touch on the other sale a little bit later. So week 1 is behind us. I guess part of week 2 is also behind us. So we got week 2 NFL coming up. There was definitely some shockers in week 1. Broncos getting kind of embarrassed. I think everyone the Titans also losing to the Giants was pretty big. But let's look into week 2 here. Any games sticking out that you kind of like, or spreads or anything?
Yeah, okay, so there's some interesting ones to me that could go either way. Obviously, we saw Kansas City edge out the Chargers, and um, I don't, I, the Baltimore Miami game is interesting because I don't know how good the Dolphins actually are.
I mean, their defense is playing pretty, pretty stout right now,
I mean,
and
if
they
you're
have
taking
been.
an underdog, that might not be a bad one at Baltimore.
Yeah.
Um, the other game that's a little bit interesting to me is the Buccaneers at Saints. The Saints defense is phenomenal. Tom Brady doesn't do great against the Saints, or hasn't as part of the Bucks. Yeah, that's an interesting game. There's a lot of the Detroit Washington's another one too because Detroit played really well for losing week one.
They're
Um,
favorites.
yeah, they're finally favorites, which is weird. Um, yeah. So I like Detroit in that game against Washington. Uh,
One
yeah,
that
that
one that sticks out to me is and we just talked about them, but the Texans at the Broncos. Texans are getting 9.5, and are pretty close to getting 10. Um, I mean, I think they lost to the Colts last week, but they were like 7.5 point dogs. Um, I mean, we just saw Geno Smith throw all over the Broncos defense. I think Davis Mills can too. Um,
yeah,
so I kind of like that one. Um, I don't know. People might be thinking that the Broncos are going to come out and just like kind of run it down their throat, throw on them. But I kind of like it. I also kind of like the Jags, plus 3.5 against the Colts at home. Trevor Lawrence didn't really play that bad, and Matt Ryan didn't really impress me last week. And I think Michael Pittman is hurt too, so that's not a bad one. And then I like that Saints one too.
yeah.
Jameis just has to protect the ball because Tampa Bay defense definitely can create some turnovers as I witnessed last week. But I like Jameis. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Two, he's not. I don't think he's as bad as everyone thinks. So, um, sweet. That's I haven't looked at any props yet. I was gonna take my usual Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson to score, but it went from last week was plus 410, and this week it's plus 180. So quite the drop. So
Jeez.
got kind of lucky. Got kind of lucky last week with the good odds, but sweet. Let's move on to some sports stuff here. So the minor league baseball players officially have a union after the arbitrator approved authorization cards. So do you know what this entails?
Yeah, okay. So basically we talked about I think what last week or the week before that they got handed out arbitration cards
Yeah.
basically saying, this is what would happen if we unionize, and they had the support behind it and the money to start it. So basically they're going to have their own union which is separate but like a sister union to the MLBPA.
Okay.
So, and that'll protect them, get them paid more, and then also it'll allow them to transition easier into the MLB unions. So,
Okay.
yeah, it seems like a good thing, at least for them.
I feel like there's just so many like simple things that that baseball could do right for these guys. Just like housing and stuff. They can give them a good environment, like pay aside.
Right.
Just to make it easier. Because like it's like stressful enough for these kids to worry about trying to make the team and move up, and then have to worry about that shit.
Right.
So that's good. Apple TV, Amazon both turned down and denied broadcasting rights to Live Golf Tour. So they obviously don't want to get involved with that. Kind of interesting because they both love money, but
Yeah.
must be something bigger there that can't see on the surface, I'm sure.
I think so.
Yeah. And then we touched a little bit on week one of the NFL, but definitely some crazy stuff did happen. Dak is out. He smashed his hand like twice on I think it was Devin White. So he needs hand surgery. Jerry Jones is saying 4 weeks. Jerry Jones is senile and he's crazy. It's gonna be at least 6. So
Yeah.
Tua,
How do you feel? Hold on. How do you feel about that? As
they were terrible with
Dallas
him
fan.
because their offensive line is terrible. So they are not winning a game without him.
Ooh,
No way.
brutal.
Yeah. But I will be taking Simi Fehoko to score a touchdown every week while he's gone because Cooper Rush can't throw to anyone else. I promise you that.
What funny stat did I see about Cooper Rush yesterday? Something about, or it wasn't about Cooper Rush. It was about how bad someone else was. Like, it's like this guy's only projected 0.1 more points than Cooper Rush is this week.
Oh, God.
You know what it was? It's someone hating on their starting quarterback and he's
Man.
projected literally like 0.1 more. But funny.
I mean, they're going to have to throw. So someone's got to throw. Right. Tua, he slapped the Patriots. And Mac Jones just looks like absolute garbage.
Terrible.
Yeah, not good. Russell Wilson, he obviously got stomped on, and he did not ride. So Broncos country is currently in park, and they are not riding.
Broncos country, we're parked.
Green Bay, just like last year, gets killed in week 1. Everyone's overreacting to all this, so
Definitely.
they'll be fine. They're gonna probably gonna stomp the Bears this week.
Oh, 100%. I'm putting money on it. Literally. They got beat by 35. The Saints beat them by 35 in week 1 last year, and they ended up the 1 seed, and A-Rod won MVP, and
really
shouldn't be too worried about it.
Really nothing to worry about. U.S. Open ended. Carlos Alcaraz took home the title. His cards are mooning. They're dipped a little bit just because it's over. But there's not many on eBay, which I think is good. I think there's less than 100 listings total. Let me see. What the heck? Why is eBay not showing me the? Yeah, so there's 78 listings. That's nothing. Seriously, it's nothing. Yeah. I mean, the out of 2,000 cards are still at least touching 250. Still a 5x. So we had a bunch of people make really, really good money on those. So that's really awesome to see. And yeah, I think he's going to continue getting those dubs. So we get a little bit of a break until realistically January, until like relevant tournaments are back. So
shout out to you, Naffy, for making that call for the group. All made a good amount of money on those.
Yeah.
When you made that call, everyone's like, "What the hell is tennis?" And then we all made a lot of money on it.
Yeah, it's all right. We had doubters in the group too. But, we saved those screenshots. Don't worry. No one goes away unscathed when you do that.
It's coming back.
If you're gonna dish it, you better be able to take it too. Right. Julio Rodriguez, my other guy, he joined the 25-25 club. First rookie to do it, and he's only the 4th player to reach this at 21 or younger. Insane. How close is Witt? Does Witt have a chance? I think he's got the stolen bases. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think he has more stolen bases than Julio. Yeah, he's got 27. Yeah, he needs 5 home runs.
It's possible.
He's going to have to go on a tear.
Tall order for how many weeks are left? 3?
Yeah. So, it's going to be tough, but yeah, it's possible. But regardless, Witt's having a great season too. So
I mean, J-Rod's got Rookie of the Year locked up, I would think, as far as AL.
Yeah, no, he does. 100%.
And we'll talk about the other who I think should be.
Yeah. NFL releases concussion data following the use of the Guardian caps, which is like padded helmet caps. Data shows concussions dropped 50% in the league for players using them in comparison to the average of the past 3 years, which was 23. So it's not a ton of concussions, but I mean, Yeah, they look ridiculous, but I mean, I don't hate like avoiding unnecessary injuries.
Definitely. Even though it makes you look like that guy from the Goonies. Hey, you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, yeah, they're cool. I can't imagine them wearing that in the game though.
No. That would be stupid. It does help with
But like,
those hand injuries though too. You know, like hitting the guy in the helmet when you're throwing.
yeah, getting pinched and stuff. Yep.
Yep. So whatever, they're just gonna keep trying to do anything they can to kind of limit injuries. So it's part of their job, I guess. Lamar Jackson did not reach a deal. He turned down a ton of guaranteed money, like a ton.
Yeah.
Um,
43 million a year is what was reported. I mean, what is he looking for? Pat Mahomes makes 45.
yeah, I don't know. He better play well this year. So,
Yeah. No kidding. Otherwise, he's going to be the Bears' backup.
Yeah, there's some good quarterbacks coming out, so he better play well.
Ballsy.
Yeah, Brett Favre again in hot water for texts.
Yeah.
This time though, it is not a picture. It's a text showing that he took welfare funds from the Mississippi governor to build a new volleyball stadium at his daughter's school.
Yeah.
Not a good look, Brett. Brett,
Yeah.
pick up the phone and fucking call someone instead of texting them.
Yeah, typical Brett, dude.
Like, you not learn, dude? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you send pictures of your wiener to people that don't want it. Now you're backdooring welfare fund. I mean, what a shitbag thing to do, too. Even if he didn't get caught, he's siphoning off welfare to build a volleyball stadium.
Yeah.
Typical Packer fan.
I bet his daughter didn't even make the team. She probably got cut.
Yeah. This makes me feel so good as a Bears fan, because I now I like Aaron Rodgers, which makes me sick to my stomach, but then this kind of stuff happens and it reminds you, it's like, yeah, that's the Packers.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, you want to hop into the MLB rookie update?
Yeah, looks good this week. Wander basically stayed the same. He just came back, so he's been playing for a little less than a week. So 263 batting average, 394 slugging, 700 OPS. His OPS dropped 100 points just because, with 6 or 7 at bats, if you're not hitting an extra base hit, that's going to plummet pretty quick, especially he's got lower at bats than most of these others. J-Rod went up pretty good amount across the board. He's up almost 280 now, 279 on the batting average, 342 on base, 499 slugging, 841 OPS, which is big time. So those are basically anywhere from 20 to 30, 40 point jumps across the board. Bobby Witt starting to turn it on a little bit, 249 batting average, 292, 442, and then 734 OPS. Adley is starting to slowly tick down. His OPS is solid, but everything else has been dropping the last 3 or 4 weeks. 251, 359, 440, and 799, which now that I look at it is better than Bobby Witt, but on a downward trend, so I don't know. And then my pick for NL Rookie of the Year, even though his teammate will probably win it, which is ridiculous, he should win it, but Michael Harris, dude, 310 on the batting average, 350 OBP, 551 on the slugging, 901 OPS. Just an absolute stud, that kid is. So that's my pick for NL MVP. I forget the other guy's name, the pitcher on the Braves.
Spencer Strider. Harris is actually the odds-on favorite now. So it did flip. So yeah, that little late push might push him over.
Is he wasn't in series 1 or 2, right? So
nah,
he's either going to be an update or
he'll be an update or next year's.
Save him and Adley for. We know Adley's next year.
Yep. Yeah, I'd probably save him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have. I don't think he'll be an update because his tops now were call-up cards. They weren't rookie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
right.
he should be in next year.
Gotcha.
But yeah, sweet. Yeah, let's hop into some high dollar sales and massive pulls this week. So we touched on one Herbert sale earlier, but we also had his 101 Black Finite from Prism, which was just pulled. BGS 9, 1.1 million. Shout out to that dude. Probably
in a break, doing some 2020 stuff, and you pull $1 million. Your life changes overnight.
Yeah,
cool.
So good for that person. Russell Wilson, National Treasures RPA out of 99. PSA 10 for 28,000. Seems low, but he also got stomped by Geno Smith. Prism, 2020 Prism Zion Williamson Black 101 BGS 8, 48,000. His stuff
That's
is
his second year card, dude. That's his
Yeah.
second year card. Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Basketball's weird like that, though. Like, all that crap, like the 101s and golds and stuff still sells well.
Yeah.
2018 Diamond Icons Otani 101 Auto BGS 10, 50K. Not bad. Yeah. And then a 54 Topps Hank Aaron PSA 9, 58,000. Kind of a steal.
Yeah.
Seems like a steal.
That's a wildly high grade for that card.
Yeah. I think there's only 7 of them graded at 9.
I think that's right.
Which is still a good amount, but
that's right.
Yeah, seems like a good price. So, and then some massive pulls. 2022 Museum Collection Mike Trout Elite Auto out of 5 from Real Breaks. Backyard Breaks with the Select Trevor Lawrence Jaguar Patch RPA out of 5. Midwest Cards with the Mac Jones Club Level Zebra short print from Select. Backyard Breaks also pulled the Trevor Lawrence Laundry Tag 101. Insane. And then
this is my favorite one coming up.
Yeah, Blez pulled the Diamond Icons Babe Ruth Cut Auto 101. Pretty sick.
Nasty.
Yeah, pretty sick.
What do you think that's worth? Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about that on high dollar sales pretty soon. But what do you think that'll go for?
I don't know. I'm not that in tune with the Babe Ruth auto market, but I know it's
gotta be
big.
$50K plus, right?
I don't know if it touches 50. It also depends on what the cut's from. What was it, like a check?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a check.
It's a check.
I mean, someone's gonna pay $50K for a Shohei Ohtani Auto 101 or a Zion Williamson non-Auto 101, and this isn't gonna touch it. The Sultan of SWAT.
I feel like 30, 35 is probably more reasonable, but you never know.
Get your priorities straight, card world. My
Seriously.
God. Jeez.
Ridiculous. Yeah, and then upcoming drops, retail, we're releasing Topps Chrome. Should see Megas probably soon. And then Select Football, just waiting on those Mega boxes to drop. And then, of course, we have Topps Chrome today. Hobby, Jumbo. Probably see it on Topps and Fanatics is my guess. But prices are dropping pretty quick.
Hobby Lobby, your local grocery store, they printed a shit ton of stuff.
Wawa, if you're near Wawa, you can get a smoothie. And then a little fat pack.
Yep.
But yeah. You got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Sweet. As always, you guys can find us at gfnf.io online. Hop on the wait list. Or on Twitter and Instagram at gfnf__. And then you can find Jake on Twitter at WrigleyLeeSC. And myself at NathyBoy13. As always, guys, we will talk to you guys next week. Peace.